Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and sub if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. One take and uncut. So to kick things off, guys, the top 100 banks in the world, and then we're going to put Ripple side by side. This is on xrparcade.com. Everything is sourced. There's all kinds of links as well down below. You guys can find everything you need. All right, so right here, this is 2019 S&P Global Market Intelligence Report of the 100 largest banks in the world by total assets. This list links the top 100 banks by assets and then Ripple alongside. Currently, 38% of the world's top 100 banks have been linked to Ripple, the company. Are they all using XRP? No, but keep in mind, you guys know the roadmap for Ripple. Get them on Xcurrent, get the bilateral messaging, get them on RippleNet altogether. But now we have on-demand liquidity overall, and they're rebranding it for the global presence and global takeover. All right, bear in mind there are NDAs in place, and banks might be connected to Ripple via other integrators as well. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is how it works. Why on earth would banks with an open source protocol technology want to tell everyday people? We are just ants, guys. I am a fly on the wall, and I'm lucky to take place and just observe this from the outside. All right, so right here, as we can see, we got Mitsubishi MUFG, of course, one of the biggest banks out of Japan. We know it's a customer. We got HSBC, of course. Keep in mind, pay attention to some of the layoffs, whether it's Deutsche Bank or HSBC, guys. There are going to be big, big things. And then, fun fact, Shane Ellis' theory with HSBC saying they're 100% ready to go live. Of course, Bank of America, RippleNet committee. There's been tons of connections. Keep in mind, Bank of America, guys, they shared like the same building in San Francisco with Ripple as well. We should not be surprised. I'm just excited for them to formally announce something with their own PR campaign when the time comes. Do not be surprised to hear within the next 2 months. And you guys can comment down below and doubt me, and let's watch what happens. Because time and time again, guys, it happens. All right, we can see a lot of these groups. I know, whether it's via SBI, Ripple Asia. Of course, these, original investors, Standard Chartered, Santander. We know the groups, Deutsche Bank, of course, another bank that is under the list of too big to fail. All right, Royal Bank of Canada. We have the entire country of Canada, in my opinion. UBS, let's see. Just massive groups. I know you've recognized these names, Scotland Group, Scotiabank, Morgan Stanley. So you can see these groups, and notice a lot of them do not have Ripple, but some have trials and proof of concepts. Others are daily customers, and then hopefully some, as we see, begin to migrate towards on-demand liquidity. All right, Ripple's been transparent. They owe us nothing, and they've literally told us their plan from the start. All right, so next up. This has already been shown by Digital Asset Investor, but I just want to regurgitate it again and re-emphasize the fact for all of you newcomers. Right here, guys, he was talking about SBI, of course, and I am Legion sharing this, and I appreciate it. So R3, what is R3 before we get into it? So R3, guys, an enterprise blockchain software firm with a broad ecosystem of way more than 300 participants at this point across multiple industries, private and public sector. We've already talked about, basically the world of trade finance, where it's trillions compared to, billions or low trillions with, on-demand liquidity and remittance. They're a behemoth in the space. We don't know the outcome of the total lawsuit between them and Ripple. Granted, they must have settled over some number of XRP because the original agreement had them, earn, a low number in the billions of XRP. So guys, very bullish. Of course, XRP is, you can literally go on r3.com. You can literally type in XRP. As we see here, R3, right here, guys, 2018. Look at this. Launches Universal Settler Application. Facilitate global payments on Corda. XRP, the first settlement mechanism. They say other digital assets can be used, but have not named any. That's bullish. All right, so now we go back here. R3, with some of the 300 top banks in the world. Huge groups, guys, huge money. This is kind of like Wall Street taking a slice of the pie in this whole transfer of wealth with DLT adoption, not just blockchain. So right here, because about 63% of the board members in Swift are also a part of R3. Besides that, there's more international and industry mix in R3. Now look at this. I'm not sure who made this, if I Am Legion made this or not, but this is all confirmed, and I really appreciate it. So we can see Swift on the left, their board members, R3 board members on the right. Look. UBS, we got ING. Notice those are RippleNet customers, guys. Bank of Scotland, Bank of Canada, MUFG, Deutsche Bank. Just to name some, guys. This is very, very bullish. And these are the types of speculative, risks that we take in just trying to connect the dots as retail investors. All right. And we can go down here, talking about the consortium. consortium, however you want to pronounce it. Again, BBVA, Barclays, Commonwealth of Australia. Guys, almost all of these UBS are RippleNet clients as well, right? Adding 13 financial companies. And keep in mind, just the proof of concepts from years ago. Now, keep in mind, what is his name? David Rutter, CEO of R3. He has an NDA. And literally the other day, I don't know how old the clip was, but he says he cannot discuss Ripple. All right, there's, talks about acquisitions, mergers. Regardless, I'm just saying we want XRP to be used in some manner, whether it's to bridge CBDCs, whether it's to help settle payments or any form of value on Corda or RippleNet or any other white labeled technology. Now what I want to talk about is potential white labeled clientele. So check this. And before I want to go over this as well. So guys, Rich List Stats talking about XRP bag holders. If we click this picture here, you can see the 0.01% of account holders. You can see 0.1%. To be in the top 1%, you need to own over 73,000 XRP. To be in the top 10%, you need to own over 27,000 XRP. Now, these stats are always changing, and they can show, but what we're seeing in the trend is that the 0.01%, as the price is going down and moving, and it's volatile and scaring people out, and of course, these articles are putting out fake news, and, it's just a joke to me. People saying that Ripple's paying me to talk about XRP, complete joke, guys. I'm an ant in this space. There's so much bigger money. They don't care. They're catering to institutional clients. They're trying to literally change how value is transferred today altogether, like a true revolution. Why on earth would Ripple even pay me a penny? It's just completely laughable. People are so cynical now, and when you're too cynical, you're never going to make a chance to even make any money. So just get a 9 to 5 and stick to that. All right. So right here, we can see that the top accounts, we're talking millions of XRP, are going up. Whereas, look, the lower accounts, us in the 1%, the 5%, we're either trending sideways or selling off while the smart money is accumulating. Again, this is what differentiates smart money and the whales, the big investors, versus us. I try to follow the money. Even better, I try to get to where the money is going to go. All right, so now this is what's interesting. We're going to share this with Damor Sahami, very underrated researcher in the XRP community. This is some speculation, but before we get into it with ACI Worldwide, remember this that we've shared before. On its platform, ACI Worldwide, a complete behemoth on the background, has over 1,000 of the largest financial institutions and intermediaries, coupled with thousands of global merchants relying on its platform to execute around $14 trillion daily securities and payments transactions, guys. So keep in mind, via all of the merchants, direct and indirect partners and intermediaries, this is the type of volume that is flowing via securities. And we've talked about securities, we've talked about derivatives, we've talked about remittance and cross-border payments. There's just so much value in tokenized real estate or any type of stock. It's just unbelievable. Now, while informing users on its platform, ACI says it supports around 9%, nearly 10% of the global SWIFT traffic and approximately 30% in the US, adding that it offers its outstanding services to banks that want to leverage the SWIFT's global payments initiative, GPI, which is competition to Xcurrent. This is messaging. This is not what XRP can do. XRP is actually going above and beyond this because it's settling instantaneously on the bank's core central ledger, right? This is not solving the problem for the, pre-funded Nostro Vostro accounts. Now, before I get a million comments saying, okay, Kevin, well, you say that, 10% of global SWIFT traffic would be absolutely massive for XRP, and whether, XRP, all of that stays in escrow or it's used, and how much is sent, is XRP too fast, how much is going to be held by institutions for this instead of holding a bunch of baskets of different currencies. What's the price of XRP going to be? Is it going to be $10? Is it going to be $1,000? I cannot answer that mathematically. There's too many variables, guys. I do not know that. I believe only the true people at the top would know that. There's different order books. This is open sourced. It's not going to be just one centralized piece of technology. There's different groups. There's Forte. There's groups that are backed by hundreds of millions of dollars. Ripple, with, the Spring Initiative, we got Coil, we have all kinds of groups and so many variables. All I'm saying is XRP is extremely undervalued, and when regulations come, price might move right before regulations on the background, or price will skyrocket right after. And this is my belief. Please do your own research. But you know what? To me, The upside is just too high to ignore with these types of connections. So, talking about ACI worldwide, 14 trillion daily securities payment transactions. Some groups do white label the technology. Now, what's interesting is Damore is talking about this. So, ACI, universal payments, UP, universal interoperability, guys. Ripple's white labeled ODL product, which is literally only using XRP, as to try to convey to you how huge this monster is. So, we have the link right here. We can kind of zoom through this. And I mean, again, with this, I did retweet this as well. He's a definite follow here, Damore. So it's DAM00 and then R. Definite follow, super humble guy, is on the background and does not get enough credit. So right here, I'm just going to go through this. So making the most of instant and open payments, how to drive new revenues. And that is what's important, guys. Remember, new revenue streams, just like MoneyGram is seeking with the additional funds that they're earning. And now they don't have to have that capital tied up. What are the instant and open payments? We can talk about API connected, integrated, real time. Real time is the key word here. Evolution of instant payments. You guys can look at this. Talking about retail and corporate payments converging. All right. 21 live, 50 plus in development or planning. So they're planning to go live. Of course, we don't see them actually going live. Now notice this, the ISO 20022 migration. This is non-ISO. Now, people ask, oh, why do you always say 5 years, 5 years? Guys, my absolute latest that I'm going to be holding this investment, I mean, of course, I'll hold, a few thousand for life at least. I mean, if not way more. But guys, I think this is the year. Whether it's, this quarter, next quarter, or this year on, that's what I'm really watching. I'm looking at the announcements. I'm waiting for regs. We are getting there day by day. And I know it's disheartening to see the price go down if it drops to 20 cents again and then goes back up to 30 and then drops it again. That's just part of the volatility in a nascent market. I don't know what else to tell you. I can't control price, and it is simply a waiting game. All right. But for upside overall, I just think there's no better other option. There's no better option. Now, what's driving instant payments? We see consumers. 40% of European consumers would consider switching banks for the offer of real-time payments, RTP. We got corporates. 50% of SMEs globally would like their banking provider to offer more services that meet their unique needs, including real time. Now, don't get me started on talking about some other blockchain projects I'm really eyeing that are very, very fascinating and are not even on the main exchanges because they don't want, too much attention. I'll talk about them in the future. I don't want to shill anything, but just know I'm kind of hedging my bet in a variety of ways. We got government, we got the economy, we got the society. All right. Track customers. 40% of EU respondents switching banks to RTP, as I've already said. Now, use cases for instant and open payments. Absolutely. We see cross-border remittance sending earnings home. All right. But then we go from B2B in the corporate payments and trade finance and reconciliation. That is where the big money lies. All right. Of course, bill payments, I believe, Damore kind of references what Brad Garlinghouse has said in the past as well. I was reading it somewhere. But guys, complete behemoth. Now, this is not confirmed that this is XRP. What I'm saying is that ACI, all right here, universal payments, powers for 5,100 organizations, right? And again, it is supporting Ripple's RTP system. So are they just using, Xcurrent right now? Yeah, potentially. They talked about how much money even GPI, Swift GPI, and Xcurrent are sending, and Ripple doesn't owe us anything. They're a private institution. They don't have to tell us. Why on earth would they tell us before the money is there? This is going to be something where they flip the switch when time comes. Everything's going to be behind the scenes, and it might not even be on the news because they're just going to be talking about Bitcoin and other things. This is not for the masses, and I just want to emphasize that. I know this is a little tinfoil hat. That's fine. If you want to dislike the video, be my guest. All right? Those who have ears will listen, or at least entertain the thought. Nothing's guaranteed, but please, please, please do your own research. I'm not telling you this is guaranteed. What I'm saying is there are just too many dots to connect. All right, guys, I've been ranting enough. I will probably get working on another video at some point. I have a few things to take care of today. But guys, as always, I appreciate those that like, subscribe, and of course, share this around on social media. Helps get the word out. As always, guys, thank you so much, and until next time.